Okay, our system is called Shaolin Wing Chun. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because Wing Chun comes from Shaolin, and we teach very comprehensive Shaolin Kung Fu as a background. But this is to lead into the Wing Chun. A lot of time today, the problem is this is separated. Okay? Within the Shaolin Wing Chun, one of the core concepts is, what's that? Anybody heard about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you heard about it?
Heaven, human, earth.
Okay, wow, you're talking as a student here. But to the outsider, when they first heard this, what does it symbolize?
Gangsters.
Right, it's a Chinese mafia, right?
Sir.
So that's kind of the bad name that is associated with this. But that's happened like hundreds of years after Shaolin created the Triad. So originally the Triad concept comes from the Shaolin, and nothing to do with gangsters, mafia. It's just miscommunication, abuse of the name, and then today uninformed people think Triad is gangsters. It's not true. Okay. So the Triad symbolizes heaven, human, earth. Okay? We call it Tian, Ren, Di. Now sometimes the order could be heaven, earth, human. Okay? So now if I say, okay, this Triad is heaven, human, earth, even right around the original character, the Chinese, right, still doesn't mean a lot for you guys, am I right? Okay? So you need to know that basically, you need to know that the Triad, you need to know two categories, what it means. One is internal, one is external. Okay? Heaven symbolizes the concept of modern day understanding of reality and physics of things. Okay? You look up to the stars, the sun, and the moon. This creates our time. Where our time come from? 60 seconds to a minute, okay, 60 minutes to an hour, 24 hours. Okay, where that come? What's 24 hour, 4 hours based from?
Rotation of the sun.
Okay. How about a month?
Cycle of the moon.
How about a year? We go around the sun for one revolution, right? And then, you know, when we look up at the star, it gives us a sense of time and distance. So heaven, for a long time ago, they used the word heaven to express time. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Right? Earth. Okay, let's say we're aliens or astronauts. Look at Earth from the deep space. Okay, so you see a planets, beautiful planets. Okay, so basically anything that you look into open space, and then whatever the object that occupies that space becomes or defines the space. Do you agree? So you know, martial arts school is pretty simple to build. You know, it's an empty room. So empty space expresses that potential. Can I turn this into a classroom?
Sir.
Can I turn this into a workout room?
Yes, sir.
Can I put a partition and then make it a small office? Sure. Because you got empty space, you do whatever you want with it. So space, okay? So when we look at, you know, what occupies here, okay, as far as Earth-wise, that is the space we're talking about. Okay? And then, what's this? Free lunch from Seeing Aaron. Get this answer. Huh? No, the answer is not what? Okay. Right. So if you're gonna go anywhere, accomplish anything to make something based on our reality of here and now, or three-dimensional time and space, actually four-dimensional time and space, you need to understand the working laws of those three elements. gotta know the right time, the right space, and the right energy. You understand that? Okay. So this is an external reference to triads. I'm going to go into that internal later when we talk about the life skills. Okay. Now, do you get any insight if I talk about time, space, energy when it comes to fighting? If I don't say anything more, okay? I just talk about time, space, energy. Now, if you're a military guy, you might, especially if you're maybe Air Force, those, they do talk about time and space a lot. But you go into battle, it's not just about start shooting. It's all about what? Dominance of time and space, huh?
Dominating the airspace, dominating the ground.
Right, right. You have to, today's battle is sophisticated. You have to think three-dimensionally. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay? So, you might not still understand what is exactly this means when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. So what is time symbolized when it comes to hand-to-hand combat? Distance. Distance between what? Two objects. We call two positions. Okay? My position and your position. Okay? Is that time different? Compare if talk about my position versus me to Don? Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's further away, so that takes more time. So that's always true. It's called everlasting truth. Okay? So let's say I want to get to Don faster. What does that take? It takes more energy to increase the speed. So in a fight, you have to acknowledge that. You want to attack people far away, well, it takes time. It takes more energy. Third is telegraphic. Far away, people, you give them time to prepare. Okay? I live in Centerville. You guys live, some of you guys live in Hill Heights. So, does it take more time for me to come here? Yes. Okay, so that's always the case. So you have to consider that, right? Now in the movie, you see this guy's running and then do a beautiful flying side kick. Or maybe he jumps real high and do a kick or something, right? In reality, that takes so much time, so much energy, and so telegraphic, most likely it's not going to happen. So you know this is entertaining. In a real fight, uh-oh. Now if you don't know that, we call that wandering stage. Okay? So time is heaven, and time is position. Position, basically I say, okay, let's say we're about to do something, right? I will ask you, are we in a position to do that? So that question means, is it the right time to do it? Are you in a position to do that? You want to buy a new car, are you in a position to do that? You say, no, I'm not in a position, I don't have the money. Well, that means it's the wrong time to buy a new car. Right? You want to defend yourself, right? And he's out there, are you in a position to punch him? No. He's too far away, it's not a real threat, so why are you thinking about punching him? Okay, so you have to look at position. So position is time because we want you to understand the concept that when you improve your position, that means you improve your... When you improve your position, that means you improve your... Time. Okay? Got any coffee or something? Okay? Okay, most people, the only thing about improving your time is by going faster. Well, the problem is you got to spend more energy on when you go fast. So we have the other way to improve the time is having a superior position. Do you understand that? Okay? Let's say Cooper is going to fight Spencer. Okay? So right now I say go and you're going to fight him. So who do you think is going to win? Huh? Come on guys. It's Cooper. Because why?
He has his back.
He has a superior position. Because Spencer has to turn around. Cooper is already fired. He can hit his back right now, or when he turn around, smack him right in the face. Okay, you guys play the war game, the risk, right? You either roll the dice to move or roll the dice to attack. You can't do both simultaneously. So that means you have a bad time. So he has a superior position. So therefore, he has better time. So therefore, he's quicker. Okay? This is physics, not so complicated. So what do you think space is all about? So if time is position, then space is when it comes to fighting. All right. Seeing Mike's going to buy you dinner, you get this question. So if time is position, space is distance is time.
Oh, yeah.
You want a free dinner, right? Structure. Okay, what defines the space is the structure that occupies the space, or sometimes we call it form. Okay? So, let's say this is good form. Do I look cool? Right? It's like, do I look cool? Looks funny, but based on, let's say you talk to a classical dancer or you talk to a martial art, that's really ugly. The form is bad, not the person is ugly. The form is bad, right? This, right? It's like the movement, right? A punch is just a punch. That's it. Why it's like, why you? The form is not good. Okay? So you take your hand back here, did you waste some time? Alright, so bad time, and then you hit the person with the elbow out, and then with the wrist spin, and then hit like that. It's bad time, bad space. That's called illusion. Wrong time, wrong space. Okay? So form, structure is space. That's what this is all about. This is the Shaolin Triad. This is what? Heaven, human, earth. The shape defines the structure for that particular ranges of combat. Okay? So we'll call this heaven because this shape is best for distance fighting. This best for mid-range, like a personal space. Now suddenly that guy or that person can like you so much they started hugging you, body to body contact. And this shape needs to come out now. Okay? So it's not a style where, well, today I feel like, red, next day I feel like blue. No. Right? So shape defines the space. You understand that? Okay? So is this important to know for combat? Let's say I got 10 techniques, but then you do it in the wrong time, and then you do it in the wrong space, right? So some of my youth are going to be competing in a foreign championship. So then you know what they're training for is, hey, they're looking for that perfect, move, perfect shape. The form competition.
When we talk about the halls, the Shaolin halls, can it be described as time-space energy, or is it time-space energy on each level?
Everything. Time-space energy is hall one, but obviously this is a hall particularly focused on hall number 2. Okay? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, now why do I give you guys this background? This is part of the original Triad, what it means from Shaolin. Okay? So, because combat has been around for hundreds of thousands of years, from hand-to-hand combat to picking up the first rock and first stone to sophisticated military combat today, okay? The concept that governs it is still the same. Today, the military high-tech is still based on time-space energy versus in the past. The only difference is in the past, they might not be so precise. They throw a rock. Today is what? It's guided. It's called smart bomb or guided missile. That means GPS triangulated. Okay? So that's called precise time, precise precision. They even can control the precise energy. Okay? Well, 1600 in China, the hand-to-hand combat had a paradigm shift. They created this sophisticated three-dimensional triangulation technology that achieved maximum efficiency of hand-to-hand combat. This happened in about 350 years ago, right? To hand-to-hand combat. They triangulate the human body with the precise formula that maximizing time, space, energy. And that was the creation of Wing Chun. Okay? So when we say maximize, that means you reach to a point nothing could be added or subtracted. Like if I draw a perfect square, right? This is not perfect. But if it's this perfect square, can you improve that? You can't. You can't take something away and improve it, or you can't add something because it reached to a perfect state. This is earth. This is human. This is heaven. The three shapes symbolize the Shaolins. This is also a part of our structure in our Kung Fu. Because in nature you have perfect circle, triangle, and squares. Okay? So, give you guys a background because we're going to talk about one of the important 7 skill sets of Wing Chun. It's called Qi Q. Qi Q is our Wing Chun skill sets of Kam Na, capture and control submission. So anything has to do with grappling, takedown, submission, like joint lock, joint breaks, choke, all that is part of the Qi Q concept. Does that make sense? Okay? So in order to submit your opponent or to hurt them, not by striking or kicking, not okay, by subduing them, by breaking their joints or dislocation or pain, you have to be able to understand how do you manipulate their position and structures, how to control them. You can't just really force people into it. You have to distort their structures and positions in order to do that. This is the backdrop. This is information you need to know. Understand? Okay? So we're going to go through some of this. In our curriculum, it's pretty comprehensive. We teach finger Kam Na, wrist Kam Na, then elbows, then shoulder and neck, throughout the bodies. Okay? So we're going to pick some of the basic technique you might already know, and then expand on it. Okay, so far any question with what we talked about? What is Triad? Heaven, human, earth. But what is symbolized when it comes to fighting is time, space, energy. Okay? I just been following this latest news. There were, it's called Mars One project. It's a private enterprise that's want to colonize the Mars. So they sent out, who's interested. So 200,000 people interested. But 200,000, they narrowed down to 100 people. But they know it's a one-way trip. Okay, so you're gonna train about 10 years, 15 years, prepare yourself, and then get to the Mars, and then you're not gonna come back. You're gonna colonize it. Okay? So in order to achieve that level of technology, okay, do you think that they have to have precise calculation of time, space, energy? Let's say you have 5 minutes of margin of error. Would that be too much? 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes of error in space, you're dead. Yeah, for us to go to the moon and come back, it's so precise. We know exactly where it's going to land, where it's going to land, and how much energy it's going to take. That's precise calculation. Life is on the line. Do you agree? Okay? So if life on the lines is 1 inch too far, too little. Yeah, if I'm knife fighting you, that 1 inch is different between your face and the throat. So precise. Okay, so we're talking about really high level hand-to-hand combat when it comes to maximum efficiency. Okay, but it's possible because today in scientific field, We do it all the time. The precise formula. Okay, we achieved it. We go to the moon and back already. So next step, go to the Mars. So it's all possible because what? We understand about time, space, energy. Work with the law, the universal law, not against it. Okay? All right, good. So we're gonna get started with our come now move.